Uh, my name is Trystan Harris, and I'm here to talk about my argument speech 2. And so let's just jump into it. So for me personally, being involved in music, being in the band, playing in music ensembles for the past 10, 15 years of my life, I truly understand what it means for music to impact you in the best ways to go about that. And so just to open up with a quote from one of my favorite composers, Leonard Bernstein. He says, "This will be our reply to violence, to make more music intensely, more beautifully, more devoted than ever before." Now, he's not the composer I'm going to be talking about today, but he truly understood what it meant to play music, what it meant to create music, and the power and the effect it had on people. I'm here today to talk about Richard Wagner. He was a fantastic composer, German composer from back in the day, from the early 19th century, and more specifically, his work with Elsa's Procession to the Cathedral. If you don't know, he was a composer who wrote a lot of operas, did a lot of different things. He's most known for his work with the Ring Cycle, which is a huge four-piece opera movement, which is insane. But the way he was able to impact audiences and impact myself personally is very strong. So basically, just going through my three reasons as to why I believe he's one of the best of all time. He doesn't reflect on the outcomes in which how his productions are made. He lets his music and his other types of abilities do all the walk, talk the talk, if you will. Reason 2, he has the power to bring communities together and bring families together. And reason 3, he's able to uplift other people. So I'm just jumping right into it with reason 1. Just recently, according to the New York Times, Alex Ross wrote a piece by the New York Times talking about how a production company is remaking Richard Wagner's operas and stuff, and their budget spent was around $16 million. And for something this massive and this insane work to only have such a low budget in comparison to other works and other types of operas and productions of this scale shows a lot to what Wagner wanted and really what he was trying to strive for as an artist. He was a very simple man. He was very conservative. He wanted to let his singers and his actors do all the work and not have any fluff or any production going on with that. And that just goes to show. And in the New York Times piece they were talking about, he spent only $16 million, whereas other production companies along that same type of venue was spending upwards of $60 million, $70 million with like Spider-Man and all this other stuff. And actually it goes into detail about how pieces of tickets for these kind of events only average out to around very less than the average concert ticket to going and seeing the Rolling Stones and other things like that. So it was really huge in that respect. So like going into it with the power it has on families and capabilities and stuff, the second reason I have, it has the ability to impact people all around the world and bring them together. So Richard Wagner, he created very impactful music. He created very strong types of music, but at the same time, it was very hard for people to get into it. It's the kind of music that requires a lot of skill, a lot of musicianship, and they take a lot of work to hone. So this was one New York Times article, piece by Michael Cooper, who actually went in and interviewed this guy. He, Mr. I can't pronounce his name right, Jogorov Ivak. I'm sorry, but he basically went on and talked about how he created his own opera group, opera theater, in which he wanted to reach out to younger kids and younger people in the community to help impact them and get them more experienced with this higher work of repertoire. Because of that, it also helped create a sense of community with kids and schools trying to work together and band together to create this type of music. So it's really important. And that leads me into my final reason as to how it can bring people together and help raise people. Raphael Minder, he did a piece with the New York Times talking about how this guy, Mr. Oriel, he went on and talked about how he went from being nearly homeless to working his way up and creating a job and living from producing Wagner works and producing operas and stuff, and really was able to make his livelihood from doing what he loved with music and the impact they had on everyone else. And so again, to briefly conclude what I had to say, I have a lot more to say. I could talk hours about this kind of stuff because I'm so well versed in this type of work. But really, Wagner captured the hearts and imaginations of nearly everyone around him with the way he was able to create works and pieces that were simple yet simple that also worked with everyone else. He was also able to allow others to help the community, help bring a better stability in the sense, and also help people find their aptitude and help find their way to create the better sense of getting stronger and getting better at musicians and becoming better people. So again, my name's Tristan Harris, and that was my speech. So thanks.